The air in courtroom 4B was thick with tension. People sat shoulder to shoulder, faces etched with hope and fear. Every cough, every rustle echoed in the stillness, a place where futures were decided in a heartbeat. Then, a laugh shattered the silence. It was sharp, cold, and came from the plaintiff's table. Ethan Brack, a man in a tailored suit, smirking at his own private joke. The sound drew a line in the sand, separating the powerful from the vulnerable. Across the aisle, Mr. Carter sat alone, hands on his cane, unmoved by the cruelty. His silence was a fortress, his dignity unspoken. The bailiff called the court to order. The judge entered, and the room rose as one. But the echo of that laugh lingered, poisoning the air. The real trial had already begun, a test of character, empathy, and decency. Everyone in that room, knowingly or not, was a witness. The proceedings were about to start, but the stakes were already clear. The case was called Brack versus Carter. On paper, a simple eviction. Brack's lawyer painted his client as a patient, upstanding landlord, citing 3 months of unpaid rent and broken contracts. Ethan Brack watched with bored detachment, seeing only numbers, not people. For him, the apartment was an underperforming asset, not a home. Then Mr. Carter stood, no lawyer by his side, leaning on his cane. His voice was quiet. "I fell behind, Your Honor. I intended to pay. I just needed a little more time." No excuses, just humility. A man admitting he couldn't keep up with a world that had moved on. The room's tension shifted. This was no longer about contracts, but about two worlds colliding. On one side, a man who had everything and wanted more. On the other, a man with little, about to lose it all. The legal arguments faded, replaced by raw human drama. The judge watched, unreadable, as the story unfolded. The real evidence was not in documents, but in the dignity and despair of the man standing alone. The courtroom was no longer just a place of law. It was a stage for empathy, or its absence. The outcome would reveal more than any verdict. The judge asked Mr. Carter why he couldn't pay. All eyes turned to the old man, who gripped his cane and took a shaky breath. "My disability payments were delayed, a paperwork issue. I've been trying to fix it, and my part-time job let me go. They needed someone who could lift heavy stock." No anger, just resignation. A man fighting quiet battles on many fronts. Brack shifted impatiently, whispering to his lawyer, unmoved by hardship. The lawyer stood. "Your Honor, we sympathize, but the facts remain. My client cannot be expected to run a charity." The word charity hung in the air, cold and dismissive. The judge's eyes narrowed, seeing the pain in Mr. Carter's eyes. He let the silence linger, understanding that what's unspoken often matters most. Around Mr. Carter, unspoken words piled up. Pride, struggle, a life derailed. The courtroom was no longer just about law, but about judgment in a deeper sense. The judge weighed more than contracts. He weighed the cost of compassion. The room waited, breathless, for what would come next. The stakes were no longer financial, but human. The silence spoke volumes. The judge's tone softened. "Your file says you're a veteran. Tell me about your service." Brack's lawyer looked ready to object, but the judge's look silenced him. Mr. Carter straightened, a flicker of pride in his eyes. 20 years. Army, infantry. No details, just the weight of a lifetime in a few words. He spoke of discipline, brotherhood, and purpose, a past far from this courtroom. The judge asked gently, "Is your disability service-related?" Mr. Carter's composure faltered. "Yes, sir. My leg and back, from a fall. It gets worse in the cold." The explanation was simple, but the pain behind it was immense. The courtroom fell silent, the story of late rent replaced by a portrait of sacrifice. The frayed jacket, the cane. These were not signs of failure, but medals of a long, hard battle. Brack looked on, unmoved, seeing only a tenant in arrears. He couldn't see the soldier or the debts that can't be recorded on a ledger. The judge saw the man behind the case file. The room felt the weight of service and the cost of forgetting it. The law was clear, but so was the debt owed. The next words would decide which mattered more. Judge Harrison sat back, the silence heavy. He looked at Mr. Carter and saw not just a tenant, but a fellow veteran. Memories of his own service flickered, promises made, sacrifices shared. Then he looked at Brack, a man who measured life in profits, not people. The judge understood both worlds, the world of contracts and the world of duty and honor. Today, those worlds collided. He cleared his throat, bringing everyone back. Mr. Brack, you are a successful man. Your lawyer made that clear. The judge's gaze was steady, and for the first time, Brack's confidence wavered. This was no longer just a legal matter. The judge was about to hold up a mirror to Brack's actions. The lesson would be more than legal. It would be moral. Judge Harrison's voice rang out. The law is clear, a lease is binding, and you're right, the court is not a charity. Brack's lawyer smiled, sensing victory, but the judge continued. The law also allows for discretion. It demands we see the whole picture. He turned to Mr. Carter. Your debt is temporary, but there's a permanent debt we owe you, and all veterans, for your service. The room was still. Even Brack held his breath. I am not granting this eviction. I order a 60-day stay for Mr. Carter to resolve his payments. He looked at Brack, eyes steely. And I will personally pay Mr. Carter's 3 months of back rent. The judge pulled out his checkbook. You'll have your money, but this man will keep his home. The gavel fell, not with anger, but with justice and mercy. Brack sat stunned, denied his victory, shamed by generosity. The law was satisfied, but a higher law had been served. Mr. Carter looked up, tears streaming, trembling with relief. The courtroom exhaled, a verdict of compassion. Justice had been done, but so had something greater. The judge's act echoed louder than any ruling. The lesson was clear. Compassion can change everything. After the courtroom emptied, Judge Harrison approached Mr. Carter. He placed a hand on the old soldier's shoulder, a gesture of solidarity, soldier to soldier. Thank you, Your Honor, Carter whispered, voice trembling. You don't have to say anything, the judge replied. Someone had my back once. I'm just paying it forward. He helped Carter to his feet. For a moment they stood together, a portrait of gratitude and respect. The judge had restored not just a home, but dignity. As Carter left, his step was lighter. He still faced struggles, but not alone. The judge watched him go, knowing this act wouldn't change the world, but it had changed one man's world. Behind every case file is a human story. The judge returned to his chambers, his own burdens eased. The true measure of society is how it treats its most vulnerable. He had seen the unseen scars and chosen to honor them. True compassion is understanding with the heart. The world breaks everyone, but some become strong at the broken places. What's something people don't know about stories? They never truly end. There's always a new adventure waiting for you. Just pick your next tale and I'll meet you there. Subscribe to the Story Circle and let me know which story I should tell next in the comments.